You want success? You want to dominate? Then buckle up, because I'm about to lay out the raw, unfiltered truth about crushing it in just 6 months. This isn't for the weak. This isn't for the lazy. This is for warriors who wake up every day ready to fight for their dreams. You're not here to drift through life. You're here to build an empire. Let me tell you something. 6 months is not a lifetime, but it's long enough to change your life if you make a decision right here, right now. No more waiting, no more wishing, no more writing down goals just to feel productive while nothing gets done. Because here's the truth. Most people don't need another plan. They don't need more information. They don't need another motivational video. What they need is to burn the excuses. Every single one of them. Excuses are like chains. They keep you locked in a prison where nothing changes and nothing grows. You say you don't have time, burn it. You say you're too tired, burn it. You say you're not ready, burn it. Because the second you make space for excuses, you close the door on your potential. And I know, it's easier said than done. It's easier to talk about what's in the way than to climb over it. It's easier to blame the system, the economy, the timing, your past, your pain, But let me be real with you. None of that gives you permission to quit. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't wait for you to feel confident or prepared. Life moves, and you either move with it or you fall behind wondering why success keeps passing you by. You want change? Then you better get uncomfortable. You better get used to waking up early, grinding when you're tired, pushing when you want to quit. Success doesn't ask how you feel. It asks what you're willing to do. You've got to light that fire. The one that burns through hesitation. The one that says, I don't care how long it takes. I'm not backing down. You want to know what separates the average from the elite? It's not talent. It's not resources. It's not luck. It's obsession. It's hunger. It's waking up with a reason so loud the doubts don't stand a chance. The clock is ticking whether you move or not. So move with purpose. Move like your future depends on it, because it does. 6 months of sacrifice can set you up for a lifetime of freedom. But you can't get there making the same decisions that got you stuck. You can't level up playing small. And don't get it twisted. This isn't about perfection. You're going to mess up. You're going to feel lost. You're going to have days where you don't see the point. But if you quit every time it gets hard, you'll never make it past the starting line. You've got to stay in it. You've got to keep walking. Even when the road disappears. Even when nobody claps. Even when it feels like nothing's working. That's the test. And the ones who pass it, they're not the strongest, they're not the smartest, they're just the ones who refuse to quit. Bad enough to ignore the distractions. Bad enough to stop talking and start doing. Bad enough to turn off the noise, shut down the doubt, and get to work, even when no one's watching. Because talk is cheap. Excuses are free. But action costs something. It costs effort. It costs time. It costs sacrifice. But it also delivers. And what it delivers is the life you've been dreaming about. The life that's waiting for the version of you that shows up without apology. There's power inside you. But power without discipline is just wasted potential. And potential doesn't pay bills. Potential doesn't build legacies. Action does. So make this the moment you draw the line. No more fallback plans. No more waiting for motivation. No more bargaining with your goals. This is your time. And every second you spend making excuses is a second you'll wish you had back. These 6 months will pass whether you rise or not. But if you do rise, if you do burn the excuses and light that fire, you'll look back and thank yourself for not giving up when it got tough. This ain't about proving them wrong. This is about proving yourself right. Stand up, show up, and never look back. You want to change your life in 6 months? Then you better get ruthless with your time, with your habits, with anything that tries to pull you away from the path. People talk about discipline like it's optional, like it's some motivational buzzword that sounds good on a poster. No, discipline is survival. Discipline is the difference between someone who dreams and someone who executes. It's not about doing what you feel like doing. It's about doing what must be done, no matter how you feel. If you only act when you're motivated, you'll never get anywhere. Motivation is seasonal. Discipline is daily. Look around you. Look at the people who keep saying someday. Look at the ones who are always busy but never making progress. They don't lack time. They lack focus. They let distractions steal their hours, one notification at a time. They trade long-term greatness for short-term pleasure. You want to win? then guard your time like it's sacred, because it is. Every single day you get 24 hours to decide who you're becoming. And if you're not intentional with those hours, life will slip right through your fingers. You don't rise by accident, you rise by design. Start scheduling your day like it's your mission, like you're on the clock and every second counts. Get up earlier, cut the noise, stop scrolling, stop multitasking, stop giving energy to things that don't move the needle. You don't need more time, you need fewer distractions. Set your priorities, lock into them. Treat your calendar like a contract. You owe it to yourself to show up fully. Half effort leads to half results. And 6 months of half living will leave you in the same place you started. Frustrated, burnt out, and wondering why nothing changed. People say discipline is hard, but let me ask you, have you felt the pain of regret, the sting of missed opportunities, the weight of knowing you could have done more? That's harder. That's the pain that doesn't go away. So yeah, waking up early is hard. Saying no to distractions is hard. Pushing through the discomfort is hard. But it's not as hard as looking back 6 months from now with nothing to show for it. Not as hard as watching someone else live the life you wanted because they were willing to do what you weren't. And let's be real, discipline doesn't mean being perfect. It means being consistent. You'll have off days. You'll get tired. But discipline is about getting back up. It's about showing up again and again, even when no one sees you grinding, especially when no one sees you grinding. That's when the transformation happens, in silence, in the early mornings, in the late nights, when no applause is coming and no one's checking in. That's when you build something real. Discipline turns time into progress. It turns days into momentum. It's not just about doing the work. It's about becoming the kind of person who does the work, no matter what. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you become dangerous in the best way. Because when you build that kind of self-trust, when you know you can rely on yourself to follow through, nothing can stop you. The world can throw curveballs. Life can get messy. But you'll still be standing, still moving, still building. Because your habits won't let you quit. This is not about grinding for the sake of grinding. This is about aligning every single action with your vision. Discipline means making choices today that your future self will thank you for. It means saying no now so you can say yes to the life you want later. It means being honest with yourself about what's really holding you back. Not the system, not the people, not the circumstances, you. And the moment you take full ownership of that truth, that's the moment everything changes. You've got 6 months. 6 months to build a rhythm, a standard, a mindset that doesn't waver. 6 months to become so consistent, so focused, that discipline becomes your new normal. And when it does, success won't feel like luck. It'll feel like the natural result of who you've become. Because when you live with discipline, you don't chase results. You attract them. You command them. You earn them. Day by day, hour by hour, moment by moment. Stop wasting time. Start respecting it. Show the world what happens when a person locks in and never looks back. You want to change your life in 6 months? And stop moving blindly. Stop waking up every day hoping things just work out. You need a blueprint, a strategy, a map. You need to know where you're going before you can get there. Most people don't fail because they lack talent or passion. They fail because they never got clear on what they wanted. They never built a real plan. So they drift, they react, they stay busy but never productive. And 6 months later, they're in the same place, telling themselves, next time will be different. Let me tell you something. It won't be different until you are. Until you sit down with yourself and get brutally honest about your goals. Not vague dreams, not general ideas, real goals. Defined, measurable, personal. What do you want your life to look like 6 months from now? Physically, financially, spiritually, emotionally. Write it down. Own it. Don't just say, I want to be successful. That's not a goal. That's a fantasy. A goal is a target, and a target needs precision. You can't build a house without a blueprint, and you can't build a life without a vision. So design it. Break it down into steps, monthly checkpoints, weekly targets, daily actions. Every decision you make should serve that blueprint. That's how you create momentum. That's how you turn chaos into clarity. When you know where you're going, you don't waste energy on things that don't matter. You stop saying yes to distractions. You stop chasing everything that glitters. Because now You've got a filter. Now you can say, if it doesn't align, I don't have time. And don't just plan the goals, plan the obstacles too. Life's gonna throw curveballs. You'll face resistance. People will doubt you. Your own mind will try to talk you out of it. But when you map the journey, you don't panic when the road gets bumpy. You expect it. You prepare for it. That's what having a blueprint does. It gives you something solid to come back to when everything else feels uncertain. You won't be tossed around by emotions or outside opinions because you've already decided who will become. And listen, clarity creates power. When your goals are clear, your energy is focused. You move faster. You think sharper. You waste less time. That's how the great ones operate. They don't wake up wondering what to do. They already know. They already decided the night before. Success loves structure. Success shows up when you do. So build a system that forces you to stay aligned. Set deadlines. Track your progress. Celebrate the small wins. Adjust when necessary. But never ever lose sight of the bigger picture. You know why most people don't build a plan? Because it forces them to confront their excuses. It forces them to take full control. And that's scary. But you know what's scarier? Wasting potential. Living the same year over and over. Calling it growth. Regret doesn't hit all at once. It builds up in the quiet moments when you realize how far you could have gone. You just got serious. Don't let that be your story. Build the plan, stick to it, and give yourself permission to grow through it. Now, I'm not saying everything will go perfectly. You'll fall off track. Life will test you. But if your vision is strong enough, get back up. If your blueprint is clear, you'll recalibrate and keep moving. That's the power of having a real plan. It doesn't break when life gets heavy. It bends. It adapts. But it never disappears. And neither should you. You owe it to yourself to stay committed to the vision you plan, even on the hard days, especially on the hard days. This is your moment to stop living accidentally and start living intentionally. 6 months of clarity, structure, and focus will change your entire trajectory. But only if you commit to the blueprint. Only if you stay loyal to the plan, when no one's watching, when motivation fades, and when doubt tries to whisper in your ear. You silence that doubt by taking action. You silence it by walking the path you designed for yourself, day by day, brick by brick. Don't just wish for success, build it. Lay the foundation, pour your focus into it, protect it, and watch how the world responds when someone moves with undeniable clarity. Let me tell you something that most people ignore. The morning is where the battle is won. Before the phone starts ringing, before the world starts talking, before distractions come knocking, that's your time. That's the moment you decide if this day belongs to you or if you're going to hand it over to everything and everyone else. If you want to change your life in 6 months, you've got to win your own.